Hello. Welcome. Go. Action. Hello. Welcome to another segment of Juan's Shop. We're here
Juan's Shop
with Gage, the host.
Hey, I'm Gage. Subscribe. I'm going to turn it over to Juan. He's going to explain his lab project for engineering. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to change the world. It's going to change the way you do things. Probably not, but we're going to check it out.
Here you go. Action.
So, I did a project this semester, and my project that I did was a self-watering plant mechanism, or a plant that will water itself. And so, as you can see here, here's my final product. I'll point out the hardware. We have two sensors for this. We have a water sensor, which is an analog. We have another analog, which is a moisture sensor. Now, we have an LCD screen, so we can see the numbers that's outputting from the water sensor and the moisture sensor. Alright, now we're going to go here with the two buttons. I have two buttons here, and they are the override buttons. I have one button here that's a black one that turns on the whole thing. Even though there's power, and even though the sensors are working, this button will turn on the motor itself and the functions of the Arduino. And so here's the red one here, which is the override off button. If anything goes wrong, like say the pump is frying up, that's the off button. Next we're going to go with the water pump. Here's the water pump right here. And so I'll take out the pump itself. So here's the pump itself. As you can see, here's one tubing and here's another tubing. This tubing...
Oh my god, it leaked all over my bed.
Yo, I just wanted to say, that's not my bed. That's a couch.
Yeah, I didn't too. So this tubing is what sucks in the water, and this tubing is what takes out the water. And so when this is connected to the motor, you can see this is a motor right here. Another specification I'd like to point out, this motor takes 12 volts. Now, we're going to go back here to the hardware, to some other hardware. And so, you can see here the wires for the LCD screen. It takes almost 16 pins just to get the LCD screen. You can see here, here's the water pump with the positive, negative, or hot, ground. You can see here, here's a breadboard where I make all my wire connections. I have two resistors, 1K each, for the LEDs, which are right here. I'll explain the LEDs later. Here's a dimmer right here, a blue dimmer, that controls the light of the LCD screen. Another thing I'd like to point out is the two-way relay module. Now, the reason why it's two-way
It died. It died right there.
No. So this is a two relay module. Basically, this connects to the Arduino. A two relay module is a big old switch, which is two relay modules. So there's a two switch here. I'm only using one for the water pump. So basically, what it does, it gives more power to whatever hardware it needs more power to. Since the Arduino can only output 5 volts and the motor needs 12 volts, this helps it get the whole 12 volt capacity and lets the Arduino tell what the motor to do.
Where do those volts come from?
From this power source. From this big old power supply. This is a 13.8 volt power supply, or 3 amps. And this puppy will give it just enough power for this.
Alright, I dig it.
So this is the whole setup. This is the Arduino. Basically, the Arduino is a big old motherboard. You put in software and it outputs whatever the hardware you have. And like I said, this is the LED lights. Back to where I told you I was going to get back to. So LED lights indicate when the whole mechanism is on and when it's off. And yellow meaning not enough water. That's the water sensing of the reservoir. That's how the whole thing works.
Okay. Dig.
Now, how the actual function works, I'll explain that. Is it action?
Yep.
Okay. So you put in these prongs, the moisture sensor, in the soil of a plant, and it measures the soil, and it measures the moisture content of that soil. Here on the LCD screen, if it was on, it'll say moisture percentage and number. The number, so whenever the moisture sensor is dry, it's going to say 1023. We don't know what value it is, because how this is working is using the voltage, is using basically electricity and converting it to numbers. And below the moisture percentage showing the number, there will be a water level percentage. And this is where the water sensor senses how much water is in the reservoir. So the higher the number is, that means there's low water. And it goes up to 600, meaning there's no water at all. And the water level that we want to go to is around 100, meaning it goes to up here, which we don't want it to bring the water all the way up here or it'll fry the whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and so right here, which is about 120, is full water. And so when this is down to a soil, when this is pronged in, forked into the soil, measuring the moisture sensor, and this is checking the water reservoir, seeing there's enough water. If both of those are good, we can turn on the mechanism itself. So I push this button and everything works. Everything should be working good. Now with the Arduino, how I programmed the Arduino is I made it check the water reservoir first. If there's not enough water, no matter how many times I push this button, this whole thing will not turn on until there's sufficient water. Now once there's sufficient water, I can turn it on and the whole thing starts working. Now once the button goes off, I told the Arduino to check the moisture sensor. And once it's checking the moisture content of that soil, I gave it a value. Now remember how I told you those values go up to 1023? Dude, you're gonna have to edit some of this out. Dude, this is so dumb.
I really like this part because Juan, he like realizes that the video is stupid, and I can't blame him. It is pretty dumb. Little puppy. Anyway, but yeah, it's a dumb video.
And so I told you the value goes up to 1023, meaning that's dry. That's the driest point. And so I told the Arduino if it's less than 130, that means it's reached its value and the plant is watered and the moisture is good. And so this is constantly checking when it's going to reach 130 or less. And so if it's 130 or above, the whole mechanism triggers off, meaning the water pump will pump water into the plant. Both of these sensors are still continuously checking. So while the water is pumping, the water sensor is still measuring if there's enough water. The moisture sensor is sensing if there's enough moisture for that soil. These LEDs will go off. Green meaning the whole system's running, red meaning the system's not running, yellow meaning there's something wrong with the moisture sensor or the water sensor. Most likely it's the water sensor sensing there's not enough water. If anything goes wrong, like the water pump blows up or the moisture sensor is acting funny, I have this red button to turn everything off. Not the LCD screen, the whole mechanism. These two sensors will still work. So just a quick overdraft of how everything works. Moisture sensor goes into the soil, detecting the moisture of the soil. Water sensor goes into the water reservoir, detecting if there's enough water in the reservoir. If everything are good, I can turn on this button and it'll check again to see if the moisture sensor is good. If it's not, it'll pump water into the soil while checking there's enough water. And once it reaches to that point, it stops until it needs to be watered again. I'm Juan Montoya, and I'm Mexican.
I got these new lights. Oh my god, they're so bright. But I like it. They're huge. It's a huge light for basically, you know, doing. Yo guys, thanks for watching the video. Appreciate it a lot. Slam that like button 100. You already know. I know last time, or like a couple videos ago, I said that I would be making videos on Thursdays. I just feel like that's not enough, so I'm probably going to be dropping videos. I don't want to say what day because I don't want to tell myself, but at least 2 videos a week I think is probably minimal to be good. I had a friend suggest to do like triple daily uploads or some shit, but I feel like that would just fill my YouTube with shit content, and I don't really know. I don't think that would help, and I don't want to troll people into viewing it. You know, I don't want to like just make people watch the videos. So, I don't know, but maybe triple daily uploads would be a fun thing. I could do a little editing and make it okay, but it just wouldn't be the same as, you know, taking my time and making it good. But hey, if that's what y'all want, let me know in the comments. Say, we want triple daily uploads. If one fucking person says they want triple daily uploads, I'll do it. I mean, I could do 3 videos a day. It would just be bad. Roscoe's not liking this. I don't know why. He's being a whiny dog. You being a little whiny doggy? Huh? You being a little puppy dog? Let's go, little puppy. Little puppy. Little pup. Pup, pup. Yo, check me out on Facebook. GGoFF. Picture Gucci Mane in an astronaut outfit. So, you know, it's pretty... You'll find it if you search it. Follow me on Twitter, @GGoFF. GGoFF is the tag. I don't know how that shit works. But, you know... Follow me on Twitter. I'll be announcing the videos whenever I drop them on both Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for everybody who's already followed me on Twitter. Actually, I got a new guy followed me on Twitter recently. It was OMG Viral Videos. And he followed me on the video, the last one I posted, at the time whenever it had like 5 views. So it's not really what I would call a viral video, but I appreciate it nonetheless, man. Thanks you so much for following me on Twitter. You're a real dude. Thank you, Nanners, for following me on... Are subscribing. Fuck. Whoa! Thank you, Nanners, for following. I can't even say it right. I can't even say it right. Thank you, Nanners, for subscribing to me on YouTube. Appreciate that a lot. Thanks for liking the video, guys. I'm getting like 4 likes a video, and that's awesome. Appreciate that a lot. Let me know what you guys want to see in the future.